4:30 a.m. The alarm sounds, not a gentle chime, a sound that cuts through the dark like a command. Most people reach for the snooze. Most people negotiate. 5 more minutes. Just today. I'll start tomorrow. He doesn't negotiate. He has never negotiated. He is already moving. And by the time the sun rises, by the time the world begins its day, he is already hours ahead of everyone who is going to compete against him. What does it cost to live like that? Everything. And what does it give you in return? Stay with me. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, because what we are about to cover is not motivation, it is the operating system of people who refuse to be ordinary. Share it with someone who keeps hitting snooze on their own potential. Let's go. I'm Dr. TJ, a Harvard Fellowship trained surgeon and a distinguished Toastmaster, the highest honor in Toastmasters International, earned by less than 1% of members worldwide. And everything I'm about to share with you comes from decades of real-world experience at the highest levels. Jocko Willink spent 20 years as a Navy SEAL. He commanded Task Unit Bruiser in Ramadi, Iraq during the Battle of Ramadi in 2006, one of the most violent urban combat operations in the Iraq War. His unit was decorated for valor. He retired as a decorated officer, and then he built another empire. He co-founded Echelon Front, a leadership consulting company that works with the world's top organizations. He hosts one of the most listened to podcasts on earth. He has written multiple best-selling books. He trains Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a black belt level. He runs ultra marathons. He is, by any measure, one of the most productive human beings alive. And at the center of everything, he does one non-negotiable, 4:30 a.m. every morning, without exception. He posts a photo of his watch every single morning as proof. 4:30 a.m., sometimes 4:25, never later. Here is the question everyone asks. Why 4 a.m.? What is special about 4 a.m. that isn't true of 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.? And Jocko's answer is not what most people expect. It's not about the hour. It's about the decision. The decision to get up at 4 a.m. when everything in your body, your comfort, your warmth says stay, is the first victory of the day. And that first victory sets the tone for every decision that follows. Here is what most people don't understand about discipline. Every act of discipline is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every time you do the hard thing when the easy thing was available, you build something. Not just a habit, a self that knows from accumulated evidence that it can be trusted. The person who gets up at 4 a.m. knows something about themselves that the person who hits snooze does not. They know they can be counted on by themselves when no one is watching, when there is no reward, when the only reason to move is the person you have decided to be. That knowledge, that self-trust is the foundation of every empire ever built, and it is available to every single person watching this video at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Jocko calls it discipline equals freedom. It sounds like a paradox. How does discipline, restriction, structure, constraint equal freedom? Because freedom is not the absence of structure. Freedom is the result of it. The person who disciplines their finances is free from debt. The person who disciplines their health is free from disease. The person who disciplines their mornings is free from the tyranny of reaction, of living other people's agendas instead of their own. Jocko doesn't get up at 4 a.m. because someone is making him. He gets up at 4 a.m. because it is the price of the life he has chosen, and he pays it gladly every single morning. Here are his 3 non-negotiables. Battle-tested, seal-proven. First, own the morning before the morning owns you. The first decision of the day sets the psychological tone for every decision that follows. Make it a hard one. Second, no 0 days. A 0 day is a day where you did nothing to move toward the person you are becoming. 1 push-up counts, 1 page counts, 1 rep counts. The streak is the thing. Protect it. Third, default aggressive. When in doubt, do more. When the voice says rest, ask whether it is your body talking or your comfort. Most of the time, it is your comfort. Default to action. 4 a.m. is not a time. 4 a.m. is a decision, a declaration, a daily voice for the life you want. Cast before the world wakes up to talk to you out of it. Here are 3 quotes from Jocko. The first, discipline equals freedom, end quote, Jocko Willink and extreme ownership. The second quote, don't expect to be motivated every day to get out there and make things happen. You won't be. Don't count on motivation. Count on discipline. End quote, Jocko Willink and extreme ownership. The third and last quotation, wake up early and tackle the day before it tackles you. Be on offensive, not defensive. End quote, Jocko Willink and extreme ownership. Jocko Willink has posted a photo of his watch at 4:30 a.m. almost every single morning for years. Not for likes, not for followers, for accountability to himself. Here is your challenge. Set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier than usual tomorrow morning. Not 4 a.m., just 30 minutes. And when it goes off, do not negotiate. Do not reach for snooze. Move immediately before the brain starts its arguments. Use those 30 minutes for one thing. The most important thing you keep saying you don't have time for. Do that for 7 days. And at the end of 7 days, ask yourself one question. Who showed up this week that I didn't know existed? That person has been there all along, waiting at 4 a.m. Share this with someone who needs to hear it before their alarm goes off tomorrow morning.
You are unstoppable.